10 pretender. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the East. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams in the West, which tell you about what what the playoffs look like. I'm gonna mention these teams. And now, for folks that know this podcast, when I ever do contend pretender in the NFL, the NBA, baseball doesn't matter. My final contender, not so much playoff contender, is: do I see X team playing for a chance to go to the final? Do I see this team playing in the conference finals? If I do, they're a contender, obviously. If I don't, they're a pretender. So first team first. Let's go here. This is probably one of the easiest on the board right now in this conference. The Boston Celtics, contender, right? Come on.
Contender.
Easy. All right. Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, currently number two in the East. Right? Currently
the Cavs are fourth.
A fourth now. Jesus. Oh, Milwaukee's 2 now, right?
Milwaukee is 2. Knicks are 3rd.
Okay. Cavs contender? Ooh, because I agree with you on that. I look, maybe it's because what happened last year in the playoffs against New York has me still.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And I watched this team, was like, okay, they're pretty good, but like I need more.
I don't believe in Evan Mobley. Mitchell obviously is a key cog there, but this is just something missing. I think they need another piece. I don't know what other piece they need. Maybe another scoring piece, but because Darius is fine, Mitchell is fine. They got defense with Allen, but Evan Mobley, since he's been drafted, has he taken a leap? Has he gotten better? Has he? The answer is no.
I think also in a 7-game setting, I just think New York's better. I think Miami's better. I think obviously Boston, Milwaukee has 4 teams in there. And Philadelphia with Embiid probably still better than them. I just think that they feel fake grind to me. Fake hustle.
It's false advertising.
Yeah, it's fake hustle. They're a good team, but like I to me, if it does happen, it's in hindsight because I don't believe in you. Sorry. Speaking of the team you just mentioned a while ago, New York Knicks, contender pretender.
There are contenders. I am completely sold on their team and what they can provide. It's matchups that's the issue. So they can actually, yes, I do see them representing. They have the talent and the ability to represent the East in the NBA Finals. They have it. It's just a matter of who their matchup is.
Right. I'm going to contender too. If you asked me this question a month ago, I would have said I was still on the fence, maybe close to the pretender because I still have to see more. But what we've seen with this team now with just Jalen Brunson and pieces, you're gonna get back OG at some point. You're gonna get back Randall at some point. You hope those guys are healthy. It's a culture changer. And let's not forget they were 2 games away from getting there last year anyway. And I think honestly that number 2 spot in the East is wide open.
Wide open again. Go ahead.
No, because the next team I'm gonna get in a second, has me doubt myself now on that. So the Knicks are contenders. I think they can. I think right now they could be in the teams outside of Boston. Could be in those teams at the top of the East right now in the 7-game set.
Give me the Knicks full strength. Now, full strength is the caveat here, good sir.
Yes.
Full strength.
That's
now, I had talking to Randy J. Cruz, a super Knicks fan. He was giddy with excitement of how I was, stroking his nice Knicks ego, and I'm telling him how the Knicks are the greatest and how the Knicks got Jalen Brunson.
Get him all excited.
Yeah, he's just smiling from ear to ear, and he's just like, yeah, D, put me on, hype me up, and I'm like, it stops there because I said I have a concern because I'm looking at who's in front of you, and I'm asking myself. Yes, the Knicks have the depth to go against the Bucks and the Celtics, but 7-game series, strategy, coaching, that all matters. Matchups matter. For the Knicks have to see the Celtics, probably the Eastern Conference. I would hope, depending on the seed, the Eastern Conference final. I want them to see them towards the end, right? But look at the Bucks. The Bucks, for me, you have Dame. But you really the defense has dropped because of your man Holiday leaving.
Perfect segue. That's next team. Perfect next team, the Bucks. The Contenders, right? The Bucks, Contenders.
No, but the Bucks are contenders. Once you have a former MVP, former NBA champion, Giannis Antetokounmpo, my African brother from another mother. Once you have him, you know, if he doesn't travel and it's not, bro, relax. He doesn't travel. He's all right. He's going to give you 35, 14, and 8. He's going to give you that in his sleep.
Yeah.
Now, Dame, he's going to give you maybe 29, maybe 30, right? What's Middleton going to give you? What's Lopez going to give you? What's Malik Beasley going to give you? Are they going to defend and stop the other team? That's the question, the big question mark come playoff time. Who's going to take the last shots? You saw against the Lakers when I mentioned this Giannis travel, they looked like they were in disarray. I was questioning what the hell was going on. And then you mentioned Boston above them. Number one, Missoula, the coach of Boston, he lets his team go through a couple of droughts. You know, he won't call timeout. He's not the timeout guy.
That's something Phil Jackson's known for too, also for the record.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Not everybody can be Phil Jackson. Not everybody can have that same those same players. But conventional wisdom is you're up 30. If Tom Thibodeau was up 30. If Tom Thibodeau was up 30, it was 5-0 run. Timeout. 20 seconds.
5-0 run, yep.
What's going on? Yeah.
Let me get a 20.
Yeah, let me get a 20. What's going on? Y'all good? Y'all good? All right, go ahead. Look up. 5-0 run. The 10-0 run. Down 15. Full timeout. All right, Jalen, go here. Mitchell, slide over. These guys, he let them come all the way back, and then by the time they're all the way back, it's just like, oh. One thing that brings me cause to pause with Boston Celtics, and I mentioned it on the pod with Randy J. Cruz. Boston fans, y'all, this stat. Shout out to Brian Windhorst.
I want to hear the stat now.
Shout out to Brian Windhorst. I like to give credit where credit's due when I get information, right?
Right, of course.
He said the Boston Celtics pace, how fast the team moves,
right,
when they're trying to get up and down the court. Pace. In the first quarter, Boston is number 1, the fastest team in the league in pace.
Are they really?
First quarter.
First quarter.
Listen, hear what I'm saying. In the first quarter, if you watch Boston Celtics, you can see it. It's like, oh, they jump. They usually jump on their teams early. 20-point leads, 30-point leads. First, second quarter. They have the fastest pace. EJ, let me ask you, What do you think come fourth quarter the Boston Celtics ranks in pace?
19.
Second to last.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Wow.
Well, I'm sitting back. When he said that, I said, you know what? Let me go back and watch this. Which game did they just play recently? Boston.
Atlanta,
the 30-point loss. I said, let me go watch this. Let me watch the highlights. Let's watch the highlights of the last couple of possessions. Possessions in the last couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes. Those tell you everything you need to know. Live and die
by the three.
Live and die. Now, mind you, the Knicks don't. They don't. They take their share of threes, but they attack the paint. Mm-hmm. You'll see Brunson in the paint with a guy 10 times bigger than him, backing him down. You'll see Josh Hart in the paint working against a 6'8" guy. They'll go in the paint. The Boston Celtics do not. So when you have you up 30, but then you go like 2 for 16 from 3. And the other team's like, oh, 3. 30.15. All right. 3. 15. Now it's 8.
Tide's turning.
You Boston Celtics. You can't get a big man, Horford, because Porzingis is a center playing 2 guard. You can't get nobody in the paint to draw a double team to literally get into a foul situation, etc. Now, Jason Tatum was doing that in a couple of possessions. I saw. Come towards the fourth quarter. So, guys, when I look at the Knicks and then I look at what they could possibly do, depending on seeding, and I look at the Bucks and the Celtics and how they're set up, I'm like, Bucks defensive strategy, Celtics, they will allow you back in the game. That 7-game series against Boston, if there's ever a Knicks-Boston 7-game series, ooh-wee! I just want to have a nice little, I'm going to have a nice little Ric Flair moment and just say, you're going to see confetti rain down from 34th Street. You're going to have New York Police Department horses ready to escort Jason Tatum home. During that series, you have no idea what possibly can be brought if there's a Boston-New York series. But once again, I say all this and Randy's sitting back like, oh yeah, tell me more, getting all excited. Hey, listen, it is what it is. That top three is going to be, well, the last couple weeks of this. There's about 11 games left, then playoffs. It's about to be April, May, June. It's about to be some exciting stuff.
No, I'm with you that. And the Bucks, real quick, like, yeah, the contender by default, because obviously, you have Giannis, you got Dame, those guys, but they feel, most of the cast like fake hustle to me. The Bucks don't have, it feels the Bucks doesn't have an identity anymore.
And that identity
was the Boston. As I'm saying, with the Boston.
And as soon as I heard, I think I told everyone I could tell. I said that trade and taking Holiday off that team is going to hurt them. I said, I don't know when they're going to realize it hurt them. I don't know when. Is it because the Celtics have a better record than them? I don't know if it's seeding. But they're going to.
You said on this podcast before he even got signed by Boston, when they had made that trade, we had said on this podcast back last summer that if he ends up on certain teams, aka Miami, aka Boston, that cancels out that trade because of what he can do.
Yeah, you cannot quantify Black JJ Redick. You cannot quantify what Holiday can do. Close, he can guard all first defensive team ability.
Right.
All first defensive team ability. He can guard close to 5 positions. Yeah. 5. It's unquantifiable.
It adds a lot. It gives you flexibility on defense.
Once again, Boston, the luxury. Hey, Holiday, guard Brunson. Holiday, guard Banchero. Holiday, guard Mitchell. Holiday, guard Darius Garland. Holiday, guard Dame. Mm-hmm. Holiday, guard Middleton. You can go,
and especially with the fact that he's not as reliant, because they have enough offensive weapons on the other side of the ball. He's required to have to do both sides in the same way he does.
He doesn't have to. Right, he doesn't have to provide you whatever offense he provides you is icing on said cake. You're going to get offense from every other way, regardless. So. Once again, the matchups. Shout out to the Sixers being 8th. I didn't expect that. I thought they were just going to drop off the face of the earth. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey.
They kind of did though, sort of. But we'll get that in a second. Pacers, pretender.
No, they're pretenders. They need more. Obviously, Tyrese is coming back from being an all-star. We're going to see how much of an all-star he is when it comes playoff time, because you can be an all-star come regular season, come playoff time, it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a pretender. I think a year away. One more piece. But they're definitely an interesting team to look at. They can play spoilers on a lot of these teams in the middle. So just saying. The Sixers. Now, caveat here, Embiid should be back in the next week or two, I said.
I just said on the podcast he wasn't coming back. EJ, give me some positives of Embiid coming back this year. What positives do we provide? What advantages?
So they may win one series. I'm not being honest here too. I mean, the thing is, Embiid is not the best playoff player in the league, and until we see that, And now we have a situation where even look, him being back is going to be a plus no matter how you slice it. The problem is now is that how much time will there be between time he gets back versus when the playoffs start? Will he be ready to go?
If Tobias Harris was actually playing his contract, then I'd be like, yo, yeah, Embiid, try and come back. If he was, he's been stealing money for about 2 or 3 years. 6 points, 8 points, 9 points. You making $100 million, baby? Hell no. But he's able to hide because he's in Philly, and they have Embiid and Maxey there. So it's just a disarray. But if he comes back, I won't like it. But it is what it is.
Pretender for me. What do you got? Pretender?
Pretender. Yeah. Pretender.
Yep. You got to show me to believe in that. Okay. And finally, my team, the Heat.
Yeah, the Heat, I always enjoy watching them develop during the regular season, and then obviously turn it on during the playoffs, come playoff time, come April. So playoff Jimmy's coming.
I hope so.
Playoff Jimmy's coming. Shout out to Jaime. I think he's a great addition. Shout out to Bam Bam, still doing work. So listen, it's still. Oh, and then obviously they added Scary Terry. So
phenomenal. It's been great.
It's a different look for the Heat, and they're still trying to gel because I think they got Scary this year.
Yeah, they got Scary like a month ago.
Yeah, they're still trying to gel. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the next couple of 3 weeks going forward from there.
So Contender?
Pretender for now. I got to see what they do next month.
I'm gonna go Contender because that's the one teams where like you can't look at the record because
you're right.
That coach and those players,
you're right.
That culture, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and we have a sample to prove that now.
Yeah, you're right. I just said it. You're right. Yeah.
I'm not saying they'll get to the conference finals.
No. Just being able to. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that can I see it happening in late May? They're there. Yeah, because of those players and that team.
Well, listen, nobody called Miami going to the finals.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. All right, let's get to the West now. We'll exhaust the first easy one. The Nuggets. They're the favorites with the whole thing.
Favorites. They're etched in. You put them in the top of your March Madness bracket.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The Thunder, contender, pretender.
The Thunder are contenders. I think they have the ability to. I look at their away record, 22-14. So they play hard on the road, and then obviously at home they're 28-8. So contender.
So part of me wants to say pretender because of the fact that they're still young and the game changes dramatically. Come playoff time. The thing is, the teams that might give them the most problems may not even make it to the playoffs. Like the Lakers, if they play the Lakers in the final in the playoffs, the Lakers not gonna see win in 6-7 games because of experience. But they might even be into the dance anyway.
Exactly. So
they may avoid that, and then depending on the matchups, there's a lot of fake hustle teams in this Western Conference too. Also, in my opinion. So by default, I gotta get some respect and give them contender, just cause.
All right, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? But I do have that other side. Look like you're young though, and 7-game series, and you get the wrong team in the wrong time, and you're out in the first round. So just saying. All right, the Timberwolves.
Wow, that's a good question. Oh, wow,
it's a good one. The fact you've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're pretenders because they're not full strength yet. Cat's out. I don't know when he'll be back. Ant-Man, I think he has only 1 year playoff experience under his belt. So the playoff experience is important, and we already know what the playoffs are when you change. The playoffs are when you go from regular season to the playoffs. It's a different game. So I'm gonna say pretender for now. If they have Cat, they could be a contender, but Cat's not there.
I mean, we don't know when he'll be back yet. It's indefinitely. They haven't said anything yet. I'm pretender myself because I still think at the end of the day, like the Thunder in some ways, like they're a really really good team, had a really good year. But again, I gotta see it, man. I know they'll give Denver fits and whatnot, but I feel like every team on this list here I have can beat them in a 7-game series.
Every single one,
right?
Every single one.
Yeah, so. It doesn't matter seeding. So yeah, give me pretend for the Wolves right now. I gotta see more. I gotta see healthy Cat too. On top of that, before I even feel good about that. All right, the Lakers. That's a good one, huh?
They're pretenders because they're inconsistent. They're not contenders. They're pretenders because they're inconsistent. Austin Reeves, had a breakout game just recently, but that's not every game. D'Lo can't play defense. I think they're to be honest, their X factor is Dimwitty. He can play defense and he can play offense, but he obviously has to get acclimated to the system. If AD plays the way he plays, except when he plays against any European, they'll be fine. If he plays against Sabonis, Joker, or any other European, he's averaging 10 points. Anybody else, he's averaging 29, 14, and 8. LeBron's going to be LeBron, but I'm going to say they're pretenders because they got an uphill battle. So we're going to see.
I gotta go contender because of the, maybe this is me not used to saying LeBron pretender. Any team with LeBron James in it,
I know.
And I just think that if they get the right matchups and the right circumstances, like last year, for example, they find themselves right in the conference finals again.
Right,
with those two guys.
A lot of things that got to go right for them to even go back to that final,
and I can see that still because of just that's still how crazy the NBA is. So just for that alone, I have to go contender. And I've seen this team also too when they want to, man, they are right there. I'm not saying that as good as Denver, but can I see him playing against Denver in the conference finals? Absolutely again.
Oh no, to be honest, I think I was the one that said Lakers have the best unit to be able to contend and take them to 7 because of the size.
Right.
Them and OKC. I'm talking about the size that is offensively gifted.
Right.
Timberwolves has Cat Gobert. Offensively, he's not going to. Defensively, yes, but offensively. To go against Denver, you need all your bigs to be great on offense and defense. It can't be a situation where you just got a defensive guy in there unless he's like phenomenal.
Right. Say LA, the Clippers.
Oh my God, I hate the Clippers. Jesus Christ.
They're so frustrating, aren't they?
Just so underachieving. It seems like, yes, Kawhi hasn't taken games off, and he's played this whole season. He's done very, very well. I saw Russell, he just came back. James Harden got injured. I don't think he's been healthy yet. Zubac's been injured. He hasn't been healthy yet. They haven't been playing healthy since their injuries. Do I expect them to heal up in the next 3 weeks and play healthy enough to win a first-round matchup? Hell no. I expect these guys to be ready for April vacations, Cancun's, your Mexico's, your Saint Tropez. They're going all of Paris. They're going everywhere because I don't think right now they're moving in the right direction. So even though they're fourth, they're not moving in the right direction.
So pretender, right?
Pretender.
I'm gonna close my eyes and hold my nose. Contender, but I'm not confident in it because the things you just said, I can see happening too when they get hurt. But if they're full strength by start of the playoffs, I can still see them getting to conference finals. It's just the fact that I have to see it, man. I think that they're good enough, talented enough to get there. But this last whole stretch, last month or so, has been kind of weird. I will say that. So, but I'm gonna hold my nose in that one. It's a contender, but hold my nose in that one.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on because again, you have guys on there that you PJ Tucker that wants to play. You have Bones Highland, who I thought was going to get some minutes. His minutes have been diminished. I love him. So you got a lot of guys that there. It's not gelling as a team as they should. Right.
Right. The Warriors.
Pretenders, man.
I'm there too. I'm same.
When is it going to be a point when what Draymond Green is doing is detrimental?
When is it? It's been.
Depends who you ask.
It's just worse now because now they're not as good to withstand that. Before it was never an issue because they were good enough to withstand that.
Winning. When you're winning,
yeah.
It's Draymond being Draymond. Draymond being Draymond, but when you're losing. Mm-hmm. And Draymond's gone back and forth this year about how he's contrite, how this and that and the third, and how I said I'm sorry and this and that. And and you wanna be able to say, oh, he's getting picked on. You really want to say that.
And then you watch him like, no, you're not.
Because literally, if you watch his most recent ejection, just walk away. Just walk away.
Luckily, they won the game last night.
Just walk. Oh, they beat Orlando.
Yeah, a good team too.
Yeah, they're a good team. But just walk away.
Oh,
you're leaving your man Steph out to dry every time.
Actually, you know what? I forgot that team added to the list. Go back to East quick. Magic, contender.
Oh no, they're well, talking about finals. They're pretenders. No, they need more pieces.
Okay, back to the West now.
Couple more. Yeah.
Back to the West.
Couple more pieces. Yeah, come on.
I'm with you. I'm with you also, pretender as well. But great story. My favorite team to watch on League Pass, the Kings.
Sacramento Kings are dope. Something they're missing, man. There's something they're missing. They're pretending right now. There's something more. They need something more, and I don't know what that is. Maybe they need another big with Sabonis. I don't know, but it's something missing.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Also, I watch this team like they're a good team, like they're almost in the conversation, but there's something that's holding them back this year. So
yeah, it's just something. Well. I don't know what it is, but it's something.
Dallas Mavericks.
Wow, they're contenders. They're contenders that won't be able to play defense. You know, for your Phoenix Suns teams, you know, back in the day with D'Antoni is like, oh yeah, no, they're gonna be around, but you know, it's all about defense. And a lot of these folks are talking to me about, oh, you don't want to see Kyrie and Luka in the first round. And my answer to that is, okay, let's see if they defend, because the playoffs about defending. Yeah, you can score all you want, and that's the thing in the regular season. Scoring your 150, your 160, that's cute. Yeah. It's cute. It's cute in the regular season. Playoff time, 95, 90.
Yep.
100, 103. Defense is going to be applied. Double teams will happen. And don't get me wrong, Kyrie and Luka have seen it all. But defensively is my concern with that team. Pretender.
This is probably the hardest team. It's probably the hardest team for me. I'll still go pretender, but I mean, if they get Kyrie and Luka on the right nights, man, you get two good.
Yeah, you'll win every series. You could possibly win 2 games.
Right?
Can you win 4 though? That's the conversation. Can you win 4 straight against said team 3 times?
Right.
I don't think so. Not the way the team.
Yeah, he need more help. All right, 2 more teams here. The Pelicans. The quiet team. No one's talking about the Pelicans, in my opinion.
No one's talking about them. I think they're contenders. I like the way their team is built. They're long, they're athletic. And if Zion actually plays if Zion plays like the Zion from Duke, contender.
I'm gonna go there too, also for one reason. It wouldn't shock me if they're in there. If they're in the conference finals, it wouldn't be shocking, because I feel like that this team is put together in a way where if they get the right matchups, you can find themselves winning 2 series.
Facts.
You know, they could beat OKC. They could beat OKC. They could beat these teams.
No, they can beat OKC. They can beat the Clippers. They can beat the Mavs. They can beat the Suns, and they can beat the Kings. It's just a matter of the matchups.
They need a healthy BI, especially too. BI is healthy.
100%. BI and Zam both have to be healthy for that to happen.
All right, and finally, last team, the Phoenix Suns.
Whew. Yeah, we're pretending. Yeah, we're pretending. They need a point guard. They just picked up IT. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas. God bless. Hopefully he gets to stay past a 10-day contract. But they need a point guard. They need a point guard, and they haven't been healthy and full strength all season. I don't know what I'm looking at. You got Booker in and out. You got Beal in and out. You got
more out than in.
Enough said. So I don't know what this team is full strength. So I can't even see them in the finals. NBA finals like that. No. Hell
like
no.
I want to say contender by default because it's KD in his book, and you know they pushed Denver to 6 last year, and you know, like they have, I guess, a good enough roster to maybe steal some games and maybe steal 2 series depending on the matchup. I'll go contender slightly, only because of the guys that have in that team. But I don't feel good about it.
I
I don't feel good about it.
I don't feel confident.
They'll let down to me in my opinion. But then last night they beat Denver. So I mean, in Denver. So
Denver had a night off.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, is that sign things to come? Was this team really good? Is it?
No.
You know, I don't know, man. I'll say contender just because they have KD and Book when any given series could go off, which you saw last year. But I don't feel good about it.
No,
I don't feel good at all. So.
Not at all.